It was an ordinary Wednesday afternoon at Sam's Diner in a small town just outside of Chicago. Olivia Carter, a 26-year-old waitress, was busy refilling coffee cups and balancing plates of steaming burgers when she heard the commotion near the counter. "Did you hear about the accident on the highway?" a customer asked, flipping through the news on his phone. Olivia barely had time to process the conversation before her manager, Lisa, called out, "Olivia. The hospital's running a blood drive. They're desperate. Type O negative is especially needed." Olivia wiped her hands on her apron. She had always been a regular blood donor. It was something her late mother had taught her, always help when you can. Without hesitation, she grabbed her coat and headed out. At the hospital, Olivia signed in and rolled up her sleeve. As the nurse inserted the needle, she asked, "Who's in such critical need?" The nurse sighed. "A car crash victim. Massive blood loss. We don't usually disclose details, but it's a big deal. He's some billionaire philanthropist from New York." Olivia barely reacted. To her, a life was a life, billionaire or not. She closed her eyes and let the donation process continue. Meanwhile, across the hall in the ICU, a team of doctors fought to save 52-year-old William Sinclair, the tech billionaire behind Sinclair Enterprises. His car had been T-boned by a reckless driver, and the impact left him in desperate need of blood transfusions. Olivia's donation was one of the first to reach him. Days later, Olivia had all but forgotten about the donation when Lisa told her someone wanted to see her. She walked toward a quiet booth at the back of the diner and froze. Sitting there, looking pale but very much alive, was William Sinclair. "Miss Carter," he said, his voice hoarse but steady, "I understand you donated blood last week." Olivia nodded hesitantly. "Yeah. I do that sometimes." A small smile formed on William's lips. "Well, you saved my life." She shrugged. "I'm glad you're okay, but really, anyone would have done the same." "Not everyone," William said, his eyes studying her. "I've spent my life around people who only care about money, status. But you gave without knowing who I was. That means something." Olivia, feeling uncomfortable with the attention, tried to change the subject. "Well, how are you feeling now?" "Grateful," he said simply. Then he slid a check across the table. She looked at it. And then she blinked. $1 million. I can't take this," Olivia stammered. "That's way too much." William chuckled. "I run a billion-dollar company. Trust me, it's nothing." "But..." He held up a hand. "Olivia, I know your story. Your mother passed from cancer, and you worked 2 jobs just to keep up with the medical bills. You never stopped working, never stopped helping others. You deserve a break." Tears stung Olivia's eyes. No one had ever noticed, really noticed, her struggles. Finally, she exhaled. "I don't want money just because I was kind." William nodded. "Then let me give you something else. A chance. Opportunity." Over the next few weeks, William introduced Olivia to a whole new world. He offered her a job at Sinclair Enterprises, an executive assistant position that came with a 6-figure salary and full benefits. He even helped her enroll in business courses. At first, she was hesitant. But William's sincerity convinced her. Months later, Olivia found herself standing in a glass-walled skyscraper in New York City, working directly under William. She had gone from waiting tables to handling million-dollar projects. And it all started with a simple act of kindness. 1 year later, Olivia started her own nonprofit, helping struggling single parents get financial assistance and career training. William became its biggest donor. At a gala in her honor, William raised a glass and said, "The woman who saved my life is now saving countless others." That's the true power of generosity. As the room erupted in applause, Olivia smiled, realizing that sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness can change lives in ways we never expect.